Meteorologist Jeremy Lewan joins us in a much calmer backyard than what we saw earlier today. Jeremy.
Absolutely way calmer, Jack. I mean, right now winds are calm and the fog is starting to build. The humidity is very high, so much so that when I came out into the backyard, our glass panel door is all fogged up. So you're probably going to deal with some fog tomorrow morning, viewers, if you're getting up before 8 a.m. And that'll be the case again on Monday morning with these calm winds every night and the high humidity. That'll be an issue, but certainly not as bad as the severe weather we saw earlier today. There were severe thunderstorms out in central Pennsylvania. This video, Scott shot in central Pennsylvania in Montoursville. You can see our Newswatch 16 car there in the bottom left-hand corner. This was shot by our photojournalist Tom Durant out in central Pennsylvania, like Cumming County. Look at the sheets of rain, the pelting rain, so much so that it looks like there's a stream there on the window, and the wind's blowing around the trees there too, indicating the strength of this severe thunderstorm as it rolled its way through central Pennsylvania. Also went through Bloomsburg and places in Northumberland County. Sunbury saw this storm too. So this was a big scene across a large part of our central Pennsylvania counties. Once it made it into eastern Pennsylvania over us here in Scranton, still it was packing some strong winds, up to 40 miles an hour as it descended into Wilkes-Barre. There were still lightning strikes. It just wasn't severe thresholds. You need to have more than 59-mile-per-hour wind gusts, as well as the potential for some quarter-sized hail in order to be discerned as a severe thunderstorm, to have it tagged by the National Weather Service. And now all that activity has dried up. There was one additional thunderstorm over Mifflin and Juniata counties headed towards Harrisburg, but look at how that has also kind of fizzled out and has resulted in just a few drizzles at this point. So we're done with the rainfall, and tomorrow is going to be a perfect day for the exception of the fog. We're already seeing those lowering clouds there in Williamsport. Look at how close they are to the ground. And from our rooftop camera, things are still looking pretty good. You can have about 8-mile visibility at this point, but by tomorrow morning between 4 and 8, we're going to be dealing with this fog. Current temperature right now, 68 degrees, but look at the humidity values, near 100%. Winds, calm. That's a perfect recipe for some developing fog as we head throughout the overnight tonight. Temperatures bumped up into the 80s as we saw the sunshine throughout the latter portion of the day. Of course, we started off the day with the clouds. The sunshine came out, helped to destabilize the atmosphere and set up the scene for those severe thunderstorms we had earlier. And they passed through our backyard between 5 and 6 and dropped the temperatures by about 8 degrees. And we've been in the upper 60s, low 70s ever since. But this is a picture you don't get to see often. When the temperature in Mount Pocono is higher than Selinsgrove and Williamsport, and that's because the rain-cooled air filtered right through central Pennsylvania during the peak heating time of the day, whereas around 3, 4 o'clock we were still seeing sun out in eastern Pennsylvania. So it helped fuel the warming, continue the warming longer than we had it out in central PA, so temperatures did not top out as warm as we had here in Avoca and in Mount Pocono. Temperatures right now in the 60s and low 70s. We'll keep them in that range throughout the overnight tonight. We're 5 to 13 degrees warmer than we were last night at this time, and we'll be in the upper 60s, mid 60s for those of you in the mountainous regions before we get back up into the 80s for your day tomorrow. Overnight tonight, temperature will be about 63 degrees. Fog by morning time, dense in some spots. Sunrise is at 5:32 a.m. that is. And we have our last few 8:40 p.m. sunsets, so make sure you enjoy those before they start going the other way. Future clouds and radar will show that fog developing on our screen around 6:30 in several spots, and it doesn't really dissolve until after 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Then for the rest of the day, we have nothing but sunshine. But that fog will be dense if you're going anywhere very early between 6 and 8. That'll be an issue for reduced visibility. So just slow down a little bit slower than you normally would, or intend on some delays and give yourself some extra time in the morning. Sunday's poolcast is looking great once the fog is gone. Full sunshine, temperatures in the mid 80s, but remember, you have to slather on the sunscreen with UV indices of 10. Burn time is only 15 minutes, so have the hat, the sunglasses, the sunscreen, and find shade when you're out and try to limit your time in the sun to keep yourself safe from burning. There's your 7-day forecast. We got some possible severe weather again on Monday afternoon, more isolated than it was today. It lingers into Tuesday, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which is 4th of July, and Saturday, Jack, are looking really good. Just a few showers and storms late Thursday night, but other than that, that string of days is looking fantastic. Exquisite, if I must say so myself.
Jeremy will have to, pull it out, cross the fingers,
Yeah,
cross
here we
the
go
toes.
again.
Here we
Here we
go.
go
Let's
again.
pull down on it. Jeremy, thank you very much.
You got it.